Hello everyone, it's Laurie again. I want to share with you this journal that I made. It's actually a Travelogue journal, and it's for Team Tricia over at Your Paper Pantry, and it will be mailed out today. It was supposed to be mailed out last Friday, and we've had a snowstorm, and I've been sick, and I had to fine-tune it a bit, so it is finally going out. The title of my travelogue is My Artistic Self. There are 6 of us in the group, including me, and it was going to be an All About Me album, and as I started working on it, I thought, oh, why don't I do an artistic self, all about me in the artistic sense. So I'm asking all the girls to do a 2-page spread on their scrapping style. So on this front cover, I've used for me Graphic 45 Steampunk Debutante paper, but that does not mean that the other gals have to stick to that line of paper. I'm just hoping that they'll use the same color scheme, but if they can't, then that's okay too. I don't want to hinder their creativity. So on this, what I did was I used a frame from Melissa Francis, and I thought it was perfect to frame this girl's face because it's supposed to be a portrait. It should say My Artistic Self Portrait, but I don't know if people will get that. So anyways, that's from there, and I used Tim Holtz gears. There's some here, and this is an old paper clip, and some bling flourish, and this is a Prima Rose. This is a handmade flower that I received in a swap a couple of months ago. It's a perfect color, and feathers, and another Prima flowers, and I added a butterfly there. There's a white butterfly up here, and it's the title that I used with, I can't remember the name of the sticker line. And I used a doorknob, and I don't have the thing attached yet. I'm going to wait and do that once I get the book back. And I just used a giant ring over here. This will not stay on it, but it's just easier to move the pages for the girls to unclip, take their pages out and work on them. But that's not going to be the binding. And down here I did a metal heart and glued it, and a butterfly. So I did the doorknob on that one. On my inside page is my welcome letter, and I hand wrote it just for prosperity's sake. Bunch of flowers. This is a simpler page, and I'm not going to read the whole letter. It's just basically saying how I came about with the decision for this book and how I got to scrapping and that sort of thing. And here's the instruction page. I think you can see it. And I've got a wooden butterfly that I used the Tim Holtz. Oh, I should have brought this stuff with me, and I didn't, and I apologize. But it's the alcohol ink in a dabber bottle, and so I did that with a Prima flowers, and I stickled the flowers, this one, added feathers, and right here's some lace, some vintage looking lace, more gears, and I did glossy accents to highlight, like she's holding a mirror with the eyeball coming out, kind of freaky, and the flower. But I love the Steampunk Debutante line. Actually, I like all Graphic 45. More Prima flowers. This was just a wooden flourish that I got somewhere. Again, I used the ink dauber, and I glimmer misted it and added some stickle thingies, and I made a pocket out of it's got a shimmer to it. It's black cardstock with a shimmery swirly look to it. And these are my instructions for the girls. So put that in afterwards. That's that. The next page is the sign-in, and so because the theme is, self-portrait, I actually used the Tattered Angels, God, my mind's a blank. So it has an outline of like a postage stamp, but I thought it would be perfect to use as a frame. So I embossed it with gold embossing powder, and each one has a gear glued onto it. And underneath, right here, you can see it, I did just had a piece of paper to create like a plaque, and this is where they'll sign their name. And I just left it simple. I stamped a couple of butterflies, but I'm going to add some things afterwards, but I don't want to do that till the end because I want them to be able to insert their pictures. They're, and these I think take like 2x3 wallets. And here's the second page. After I made this, I wish I had used a different type of paper because it seems busy, but so that's that. That's the sign-in page. And this is my 2-page layout. This is one side. And I like the vintage look, you know, and the shabby chic, so this is an old vintage, you know, when you go to those studios and they do those vintage photos of you, and God, that's taken way back when. I think I was like 21 there or something. And I did a butterfly here, and just a mishmash of everything. Bling flourish, ribbon. It's almost like a ruched ribbon. Another gear. Prima flowers. I glimmer misted. Over here are some brads. I put self-expression. And I glimmer misted this down here in a metal photo corner. More lace on the bottom. This is a handmade rose that I glimmer misted. It's more of a I just came up with it. I just tried to do something different, and I don't know. It's a rose, but it's extremely simple to make, so I might do a tutorial on that if anybody's interested. And this is an old metal button. Looks like a flower. And another button. Prima flowers that I just dabbed some alcohol ink into the center to color it. A Tim Holtz. I don't even know what you call these, but it holds a thing that says Dream. Another handmade flower here made out of mulberry paper. Tim Holtz adage tag says play. Stick pin. And some more gears are over here. So that's that page, and this is the second page of my layout. Let's put it back here a little bit. And I loved her. She was like, you know, she took up the whole page. I didn't want to cut it up, and I was kind of inspired to use her, so I added feathers, because underneath it shows black wings, and I thought, oh, I'm just going to add feathers to that. And I did glossy accents on her hat, and on the clock up here, and there's a clock down here that her arm is holding, and there's a watch band made out of a gear, so I highlighted those. I put a giant metal heart in the middle of her chest. And I glimmer misted the roses, and I added that onto her hat. And some down here in the corner. This was a button. Underneath the button, it just had another circle. So I covered that circle with this. I don't even know exactly what she was holding. It looks like leather straps holding something. It's kind of weird. But, and then 2 metal butterflies. Story. And a dash ticket that says, and then this is a pocket with gears down here, and I love this mannequin, so I wanted to just display that. And in here I put these tags of this woman, and